Oh, they're in for a big shock.
Oh, there you go again.
Oh, Mum, I know what I'm doing. They won't catch me this time.
How dare you abuse the trust that Mrs. Davidson showed us?
She'd make a good screw.
If anyone saw this mess, it'd ruin the whole work project. Is that what you want?
That screw had one job. One. And she failed.
Well, I wish I had your confidence, Mrs. Davidson.
So do I, Vera. So do I.
Oh, this is monstrous. How could they? And you talk me into helping these creatures. They're nothing more than animals.
I don't think this relationship's going to last. She's got these doubts that are just stuck in there. Hello then and welcome to the video. My name's SerenitySoloREACTS and here we are with SerenitySoloREACTS episode 37. Now, I am really enjoying this show. It was a choice between, someone did ask me if I'd bring the country practice. I did look at that when I was looking at the shows, as well as the young doctors. If you still want them, let me know and I'll bring them. But they are expensive DVDs, so it would need a lot of people asking for it, or Patreon members or stuff like that. But I decided to choose this show and Sons and Daughters over the top of that because this show had already been released in full. There's still a few collections I'm trying my hardest to get, and they are very difficult to find. If I can't find them, I will do them off YouTube because they are on YouTube. But I'd rather not do that. If I can find them, I will react to them that way, because then I can get them in full screen and everything. I chose Sons and Daughters as well because that was released in the full collections at the time, so I thought I'd go for those as well. This was just before I started my channel. And the Young Doctors had some episodes missing, and I don't even know if all the country practice was up. There might have been, I don't know. But like I say, if you want that show or any other show, let me know. I'll look into it. I've had quite a few people asking me for shows so far, or bidding shows back. Shows that I have reacted to that I've stopped will come back, but at the moment I'm trying to concentrate on bringing newer shows so people have got more choice to say bring this back. But hopefully you're enjoying this, and if you're Australian, hopefully you don't mind Dailymotion. Dailymotion did just recently remove one video, but I've got no idea what it was. So if you find it, let me know. So I need to put another link to another site there. But yes, if you've subscribed to me or followed so far, thank you ever so much. I really do appreciate it. You're helping me out, helping my channel out, and you're helping my mental health out. You honestly are. And to my Patreon members, will get exclusive shows as well as ad-free and uncensored early access as well. At the moment, they've got Bad Girls, Murder, She Wrote, Plebs. Well, actually, instead of going through it, I'll just put a thing on screen, tell you what it is, because it takes me ages to remember what they are. And the more shows that go up, the more this is going to go on. So I'll just put the thing up on screen, what's on. It is you that is bringing the content to me that allows me to bring the content straight back to you. Thank you all ever so much. I love you lots, no matter what tier you are. So with that, let's get into episode 37. I nearly said 27 again.
Thought you'd be in the pound.
No, sorry to spoil your day. Doc just fixed me up. Thanks for keeping this warm for me.
Is she going to get go for Nolene even harder now?
Shove off, Monty. What if I don't? You gotta wait for some dark night to bash me up like you did Bert?
That's not my style and you know it. You've got nothing to worry about as long as you remember I'm back.
Yeah, well, I've been thinking.
That must have been a strain.
Things went pretty well when you weren't here.
Not the way I heard it.
Oh, the
Getting
part
rich
where they
quick,
knocked
wasn't
Meg
it?
out.
Making a killing out of Lizzie's first lot of booze. I reckon you would have split your take with Lizzie.
Yeah, that's what I reckon too. Oh, shut up, Lizzie.
All right, maybe we ought to let everybody make up their own minds. Okay? Who's it gonna be? I looked after you all right, didn't I?
No.
Looks like they've already decided. Get her out of my road, will you, girls?
I still don't understand how the outcast be.
Doreen, Lizzie.
We don't want any trouble, B.
Looks like you're on your own, Smith.
B would have sorted money out.
Doesn't worry me a bit.
Ferguson!
There's that plastic cup. I love that. She barely connected. How did that knock her out?
Oh, I feel a weak need, idiot.
No, you're not. Look, I don't think you should be left alone tonight.
No, I don't think so either.
God, I thought the sound cut out then. Well, I didn't get it wrong when I was asking about clips. They used to do clips. I did watch the premiere yesterday, as of recording this, and they did have clips. So why they took them off? Instead of just like a scene or two.
All right, you lot, get up.
I do know the outside was the Grundy officers, the actual officers. Doubt it is on the inside.
Move on.
I hope it's not.
Come on, Wonk. Wake up.
Well, they're still calling her
Has the bell
Wonk.
gone already? Of course it has. You don't think I'd be up and around if it hadn't, do you?
Is Lizzie up too?
Yeah, for a change.
So that's just what she called her when she was Frankie Part
Gee,
2.
it's nice to have you here, Lynn.
She weren't saying that like 20 episodes ago. Well, 17, 18.
You know, I haven't had a real
17.
friend since Frankie died. Wish they'd let me work at the nursery with you instead of the laundry.
Oh, fat chance.
We'd make a great team, wouldn't we?
You bet.
Except I'll never be put on work release.
Oh, well, I hope I'm not on it much longer anyway.
Really? Why don't you like it?
Oh, yeah, of course I do. It's just that if my parole comes through, I should be out of here soon.
It's been nearly 12 months.
Well, don't sound so disappointed, Doreen.
Well, I'm happy for you, Lynn, but you know.
Oh, cheer up. You'll probably get your parole too.
Oh, like hell I will. After my little trip with Frankie, they'll probably make me do the whole stretch.
Oh, never mind. You'll be surprised how quickly it'll go.
Yeah, but all me mates are getting out.
How many
It's not
prisoners
the
say
same
that?
anymore.
But you've still got Lizzie and Bea.
Yeah.
Cheer up, Doreen. I haven't gone yet.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And anything could happen.
Oh, thanks.
I'm going to guess when she does get out, that'll be the last time we see her. When he gets in, never seen it.
What's the matter?
I don't think she'll go back
I
in
was
with
going to
him.
find a bit of me that didn't ache. Oh, that bitch Noel, Leno's caught me on all my vital parts.
After what you did to her, she's probably feeling pretty much the same.
Yeah. You know, just thinking about that makes me feel better.
Well, I hate to think what you'll do to her next time.
Oh, I don't need for a next time. And after all, she's the one that landed in hospital. No point in either of us getting any more trouble. Besides, they'll be releasing Nolene soon and we'll be rid of her.
True.
Tell you what, I envy you getting out every day. How's it going?
Oh, terrific. Can't believe it, though. I keep thinking somebody's going to tap me on the shoulder and call me back, tell me it's all a mistake.
If Lynn's
Yeah,
out
just what you
soon,
mean. I felt the same way myself when I was out.
Karen alone probably have about, what, 30
Is it really
episodes
worth
left?
it, Bea?
You must be joking. Of course it was. I knew it wasn't going to last long, so I decided to have a ball. And I did. Pity it didn't last a bit longer, though. Tell you what, Brian was a bit of all right. Well, you can laugh. I'll be lucky if I can remember what it's like to be with a bloke by the time I get out.
Hi.
Say something, if it's son as terrible as this copy that's me, I'm not going to be happy.
Just have coffee, thanks.
Talk, people, talk over the song, please, thank you. I thought you were going to pour that in the orange juice. Did he sleep over?
Sugar?
Yes.
As in, sleep over?
Should I give you a lift into work?
No. Sorry, I mean, I don't think it'd look good if we both arrived together.
Well, if he did, it weren't very
Suppose not.
satisfactory.
I might go now if you don't mind.
To work? Early, isn't it?
Yes, we'll give you a chance to get ready.
I'm guessing they did. That's the most awkward post-coital scene I've ever seen.
See you later, then.
Bye.
Bye.
Mind you, I haven't seen many.
Let's have a little less hilarity, shall we? You're going to work, not a party.
She's getting away from you, Bennett. That's enough for hilarity.
Have a nice day outside.
Thank you, Miss Bennett. We will, Miss Bennett. We hope you have a lovely day too in here, Miss Bennett.
She was polite.
You're early, Doctor.
Am I?
Thought you might have been a bit late today. Did you and Meg enjoy yourselves after I left last night?
Be in my office if I'm needed.
You could just say you left straight after her. She don't need to know a bloody thing. She can't talk after George. Still got that image in my head. Oof.
It's coming along nicely. So the lip's okay? I think you're well enough to go back to work, Nolene. What do you think? Mrs. Jackson?
Yes?
Nolene's fit for work.
Thank you, Doctor. Nolene, the governor wants to see you before we go back.
What happens at home stays at home, people. Work and home's a different place. Professionalism.
Come in. Good morning, Nolene. Sit down.
Unless someone dies, of course. You can't separate that.
I've some good news for you. No doubt you'll be pleased to hear I've been advised of your release next week.
Really?
Well, you don't seem very pleased about it.
I miss broken
What's to be
jaw.
pleased about? I'm due. They ain't doing me no favours.
Well, if that's your attitude, nothing I can say can alter it. But I would advise you about getting involved in any more of these stupid power games. Otherwise, you'll be spending more than 2 weeks in here.
Oh, yeah, you'd really like that, wouldn't
What
you?
I'd like has nothing to do with it.
Funny. Thought that was your job. You know, protecting us. But it doesn't work like that, does it? Not for people like me and me brother. You couldn't give a stuff about people like us, and we can get bashed up or shot down in cold blood
That's
like
enough,
Cole
Burke.
was.
Your brother brought it on himself.
Burke, remember what I've just said to you. All right, you may go.
Empathy, Meg.
It's not worth getting worked up about. You might as well talk to a brick wall. I'm afraid we'll be seeing her again here one day.
Yes, probably.
Optimism, Annika. Yeah, so if Karen's going to be getting out in like 30 episodes, Lynn's getting out soon, Money's getting out soon, Nolene's getting out soon, we're going to have no one in prison. Just the mainstays, that seems to be Lizzie, Doreen and Bea.
Hello there.
Oh, Steve, hi.
Thought you might like some lunch.
I can't. I got a lecture in 20 minutes.
Oh, that's a pity. Maybe some other time.
Yeah,
Is your
love to.
sandwich still on the table, love?
You spare me a couple of minutes. I've got something I'd like to tell you.
Can I think about it?
Only if you say yes.
Oh, that sounds fair enough. How about going over here?
All right.
Okay. Your 2 minutes start from now.
Yeah, you said 20.
You got 1 minute and 55 seconds.
10 minutes will be okay.
Sorry. What is it?
Well, I wanted you to be the first to hear the news. I've got the go-ahead for the halfway house project.
You got the money. Oh, Steve, that's marvellous. How did you manage it?
Well, I persuaded Marianne DeVere.
Oh. And just exactly what did that cost?
Oh, come on, Karen. Be fair, give her a chance. Look, she really is trying to help. Not just for the people who've been released, but for those who are left inside. She really
pushes
does
him
want to make
away,
life easier for
but
them.
then she gets jealous.
Bet.
It's true. She's donated a brand new colour television set to replace the old black and white one.
Women are
Big
a
deal.
complicated species.
Still, I guess the others will appreciate it.
Don't you? I thought the project was the most important thing, not where the money came from.
Steve, even if the project does get off the ground, my part in it will only depend on the outcome of my studies. I can't even think about it until then.
Well, thank you. Karen, don't you realize that I'm doing this for you? So you'll have somewhere concrete to go on to after you're released.
None.
Oh, do you expect me to believe that?
Then who am I doing it for?
Marianne de Vere.
And why should I want to do it for her?
Well, so you can get to see her more often.
15 minutes late.
Look, I can see Marianne de Vere anytime I want to without resorting to subterfuge.
Steve, I'm sorry. I've got to go. Bye.
Karen. Women.
But do you think she'll get it, Bea?
What are you talking about?
Lynn, a release.
Oh, I don't know, Doreen. I don't care.
Well, I do.
She knows how to fix success, really.
Wish I was getting out as well.
After the mess you and Frankie made, you got some hope.
Well, that's not fair, Bea. We was unlucky. Anyway, it'd be different this time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, easy. I'd go straight, keep me nose clean, and put the past behind me.
Yeah,
She's easily
just see
led.
it.
Oh, no, honest. I want to get away from this place for good.
Yeah, you got a long wait then. Look, you're not going to get your parole, so you might just as well sit tight. You and I have had our fling.
What is it with optimism in this place?
Fling?
Bloody hell.
What fling?
Don't tell me you've forgotten that bloke you picked up. What was his name?
Oh, I can do without him, thank you very much.
You know, you want to watch it, Doreen. I think you're on the turn.
So she was.
Good afternoon, Miss Bennett.
Mr. Wilson,
I've heard nothing more from the police, I'm afraid.
what about?
George Lucas. He's probably out of the country by now.
She did
You
speak
realize,
about
of
it
course,
there.
you've lost the money you put up for his bail.
Mr. Wilson, as far as I'm concerned, it's all over.
Not quite.
What do you mean?
Well, if and when the police catch up with Lucas, you'll be called as a witness at the trial. Or had you forgotten that?
I'll think about that if it happens. Is that why you're here?
No, actually, I'm here to see Mrs. Davidson.
Well, I'll take you to see her.
Has Clara been sentenced?
Yes.
Don't think she has.
Mr. Wilson, to see you, Mrs. Davidson.
Oh, come in, Steve.
Thank you.
Sit down. How are you?
I'm fine.
Would you like a cup of tea?
No, thanks.
Well, to what do I owe this pleasure?
Well, Marianne de Vere has agreed to let us have the money for the halfway house project.
Oh, that's splendid.
And she's also donating a colour television set for the prisoners' use.
How marvellous.
Couldn't
The women
have
will be
said this over the phone.
delighted.
Yes, well, there is one small snag.
Uh-huh. And what is that?
Marianne just doesn't want to be charitable. She wants to be seen to be charitable.
Which means what?
She'd like to arrange a barbecue for the prisoners, their friends, and their families. And then to make an official announcement.
I think we're going to say she's going to run it.
That sounds like a very good idea. Rather unusual, of course, and I shall have to get the department's permission. But I don't see them objecting too strongly. Little fast-talking on my part, and I'm sure they'll agree.
How would the
Well, that's
department
marvellous.
find out, though?
Actually, I
She's
thought
never
you
told
may
them.
think it a dreadful idea, sort of, well, a security risk, that sort of thing.
No, not at all. Security will be a problem, and we'll have to work on it. But it's about time we did something like this. There's been a lot of bad press recently about the penal system. I think we could show the public that with a bit of luck, cooperation between the prisoners and the authorities is perfectly possible. In fact, I don't see why we shouldn't invite some of the media.
Well, I suppose we could.
It's going to go tits up,
It certainly
isn't
would
it?
be good publicity for the project, and, well, we may even get some more donations.
My thoughts exactly. Well, I shall get on to it right away. Thank you, Steve.
My pleasure.
I know shows now that give a good idea, think it's going to go all well, and then it all goes wrong.
Good. We'll look forward to seeing you on Sunday then.
Hold on, have you found the department
Yes. Yes, we think it's an interesting idea too.
yet? They ever won't.
Goodbye. Meg, Vera, I know you're busy, so I shan't keep you long. On the 15th of this month, which is this coming Sunday, we're going to have a barbecue for the prisoners and their friends in the garden here.
What?
And the friends, really?
You see, Marianne de Vere has very generously agreed to finance the halfway house project. She is also giving the prisoners in here a colour television set.
Oh, colour television set. What next?
Well, that's all very nice, but what's it got to do with a barbecue?
Well, Mrs. de Vere wants to present it to the prisoners as a sort of occasion, celebration, I suppose. It'll do wonders for morale.
Mrs. Davidson, you can't be serious. The prisoners and their friends?
Yes,
Yes,
Miss
Vera,
Mackin, though.
and their families, if possible, and the press. I know it will be controversial, but the benefits will be enormous.
The press?
Yes, Vera, the press. The more people who know about this project, the more it will succeed.
I suppose it would be good PR.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Good PR? And what are we going to do about security? Well, the department will never agree to it.
I have already been on the phone to the Commissioner, and he has given his official sanction. Now, what I want you to do is organize a roster so that as many officers will be on duty on Sunday as possible. When you've done that, I will discuss the matter further with you.
Yes, Mrs. Davidson.
Well, thank you. You can return to work now.
That's cheered up Vera's day.
Was there something you wanted to say, Meg?
Oh, no, Mrs. Davidson.
No, say it. I want to know what you want to say.
The whole idea's stupid.
Probably.
Then why did you agree with her?
Because I can see her point about the benefits. I just wish it was anyone but Marianne de Vere behind it.
What difference does that make? Whoever's involved must be stupid.
She's anything but stupid. Just doubt her motives, that's all.
Condescending.
All she's interested in is herself.
You know her?
I met her. That was enough.
Well, I don't blame the de Vere woman. I blame Mrs. Davidson. Disrupting the routine of the prison for some publicity stunt. Well, the prisoners will have a great time. Well, we have to work like dogs to keep an eye on them.
I agree.
Well, that's a change. What do we do?
Put up with it, I suppose, and hope for the best.
So Marianne de Vere's putting money into the project. It really looks as if it's going to happen.
Oh, fat lot of good that's going to do me, stuck in here.
Yeah, what's the good of a halfway house? When you get out of the nick, you want to stay as far away from them do-gooders as you can.
Ooh, what's
Maybe
happened to keeping your
Lynn's
nose
not
clean,
going out of
putting
it.
the
Maybe
past
she's going to the
behind you?
halfway house.
Anyway, it's all very well for you. What about people like, well, me and Jenny and Lil, lifers? What good's a place like that to us?
It'll help others, Bea. That's important, isn't it?
Yeah, but what about us in here? What do we get?
That's
Well,
what I'm
tell her.
saying,
Oh,
lame
come on,
brain.
give us a break.
Oh, all yours.
Mr. Vere is going to donate a colour television set to us to watch in here.
Oh, I think
I
that's
thought that was supposed to be a
terrific.
surprise.
Colour TV? Fantastic. When do we get
I
it?
don't know yet.
Oh, terrific. So some rich bitch is going to drop a bit of what she's got our way. Good on her. We'll take whatever she can hand out, eh, Doreen?
Yeah, too right.
Bloody charity. Who needs it?
I thought she'd be more cut up about her brother, to be honest with you. I thought she'd be stuck in a cell.
How are you doing?
Yep.
Good.
Thank you.
Ready?
Steve, hi.
Good morning.
Like,
I'm sorry I
leaving,
rushed
that
off
is.
like that yesterday.
Oh, don't worry about it.
No, it was very rude. I don't know what gets into me sometimes.
It was my fault. I shouldn't be interfering with your studies. It must be hard enough for you as it is. I just thought you would be glad to hear the news, that's all.
I am, honestly. I think it's great news about the halfway house, and so do the others.
Ah, I'm pleased to hear
Not
that.
me, or Lil.
At least we
or
know
the
they'll
other one.
cooperate.
Sorry?
Oh, I've been roped in to organize a barbecue inside the prison. It's a big do to launch the project. Family, friends, everyone's invited.
Another one of Marianne's ideas.
Yes, partly.
What's it got to do with you?
Oh, I'm just protecting Marianne's interests.
I see.
Look, I've got to go and see the governor, but it shouldn't take too long. Could I give you a lift to uni?
Oh, no, truly, I'm late already. Thanks, though.
Marianne's,
Oh, sorry, it's my fault.
Marianne's doing this for profit,
Well,
though.
I'll catch up
Having
with you
a
later,
charity.
then.
I doubt she'd do anything without a profit.
Oh, morning, Steve.
Hey, Meg.
Good morning. Can I help you?
I want to see my daughter.
Name?
Burke. Nolene Burke.
Ah, yes. Well, if you'd just like to wait a moment, would you like to take a seat?
She's one who's just had a kid.
What can I do for you?
Well, I'd like to see Mrs. Davidson.
Put it that
Thanks, Meg.
about 50
Of
then.
course. Won't be a moment. Follow me.
And I've also organized a marquee for the garden. That should be about here. Now, Marianne's agreed to foot the bill for everything, including the catering. But I rather thought you might like the prisoners to do that. Just savouries and snacks and so on. It would look very good in the press. Helping those who help themselves. Also, the money saved could go toward the project. Are there problems?
Well, we tried something similar to that not so long ago. And the women helped themselves to rather more than they should have.
Did we?
Yes.
The
Clara
party?
Garland's cookery class.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think you'll find that Clara will be a little reluctant to let anything like that happen again, particularly if the media's here.
I thought you meant a marquee.
After all, it was her idea to have the halfway house project in the first place, and I don't
think
think she
you're
would
going to miss an
jeopardize it.
episode.
Also, she's very good at this sort of thing.
Well, I shan't promise anything, but I will think about it.
This is the first time your mother's been here, isn't it, Norleen? So, nothing. I just thought it'd be nice for her to see you out here. There she is over there.
I'm not blind.
Get rid of her soon, Meg. It's fine. Well, if she keeps her nose clean.
G'day, Mum. It's all right, Mum.
I'm sorry, no.
You got nothing to be sorry about. How's the trip?
It's okay. You've been in trouble
No,
again.
no. We just had a bit of a boxing match. The other one landed a lucky punch. Should see her.
I hate these places.
Yeah, I know. Don't think about it.
Yeah, Bee's mob's
Can I
used up
sit
than
down?
Nolene. Bee said she would.
How's the kids?
They do nothing but talk about coal. They wanted to come to the funeral, but I couldn't afford it, not all of us.
Yeah,
Why
well, it's
you
best
don't-
they didn't.
You don't pay per person.
I suppose the screws wouldn't let you come.
I didn't ask. I didn't want to be there. It's better off where he is.
I had to be there. I couldn't let him be on his own.
I know.
What am I going to do now, Nolly? How am I going to manage? We only get the social security and the bills keep coming in. I don't know what to do with you in here.
You've got a granddaughter.
Your dad in Bugger Road.
Come on, Mum. You all right? I'll look after you.
How can you in here?
Because I'm being released on Monday. That's how.
Is she though?
Sure.
Of course I'm sure.
And you're like the rest. Never stay out of trouble for long.
Oh, look, Mum, I know what I'm doing. I've been keeping my nose clean, see? Can't wait to get out of this stinking hole.
She got pissed.
Smart-ass bitches.
How's that keeping her nose clean?
I hate the bloody lot of them. Oh, they're in for a big shock.
There you go again.
Look, Mum, I know what I'm doing. They won't catch me this time.
So she's going to get out and then straight back in again. Like Erica said. Oh, was it Meg? One of the two.
Built up. Could I have your attention, please? We are having a barbecue in the prison grounds on Sunday the 15th. That's this coming Sunday. It will be a purely social gathering, and you are all allowed to invite 2 guests each.
I think that's a lovely idea, Mrs. Davidson.
So do I.
What's the catch?
No catch, Ferguson. As you probably already know, there has been talk of establishing a halfway house for ex-prisoners. Well, I am happy to say finance has been found for that project.
Mrs. Davidson?
Yes, Lynn?
Do we have to wear our uniforms or can we change into civvies?
Don't be ridiculous, Warner.
I'll have to think about that, Lynn. I'll let you know.
No, that's an even bigger
Well,
security risk.
Are there any more questions? If there aren't any more questions, I'll let you get on with whatever you were doing.
Oh, Mrs. Davidson, who's doing the catering?
Not you.
I haven't decided that yet.
I'd be happy to volunteer if I could have the kitchen. If you're worried about a recurrence of what happened there, I assure you it won't happen again. That's out of the question.
Not entirely, Miss Bennett. There is something else you ought to know. There will be members of the press and other media present at the barbecue. Now, the slightest suspicion of a scandal will jeopardize the whole project. I want you to understand it is very important we all make a good impression. We would appreciate your help with the catering, Clara. But you must give me your word of honor you will do nothing of which I would disapprove.
You have it.
Good. You will be supervised the entire time, and you may only have 4 girls to help you.
Whatever you say, Mrs. Davidson.
What's the story of the...
Well, there's nothing
fancy?
more. Good night, ladies.
Good night, Mrs. Davidson. Oh, barbecue.
Good on you, Clara.
Here, give the lady a seat. Oh, I couldn't have done better myself. Oh, all that lovely grog.
No.
I'm sorry, Lizzie. I meant what I said. No grog.
You're joking. You don't have to worry about no officer. We'll keep an eye on her.
Yes, that'll be right.
I'm sorry, I meant it. I've given my word.
Clara's right.
Yeah, I reckon she is too.
Ah, you would.
Nah.
What's the point in having a barbecue if you can't have a little drop to wet your whistle?
Mr. Gorgeous.
But if you're not going along with me, I won't do the catering.
Suppose you're right.
Oh.
At least your tucker's better than the rubbish they'd serve up here.
Right then, Clara's the boss.
Well, I think Clara's getting too big for her boots.
Oh, you're only saying that because she won't make any more grog.
Well, what if I am? Wouldn't have hurt her.
She loved her a few episodes
she's
ago.
all right. She took the blame for the last lot herself, didn't she? And she didn't dob anyone else in, so I reckon we owe her. Don't you think so, Lynn?
What?
We owe Clara. If she says no grog, it's no grog.
Oh, right.
Well, I think she stinks.
Well, I think she's all right. You know what? She reminds me a bit of me mum.
Oh, you don't even remember her.
So what? Well, I think she's smarter than anyone else in here. And she knows what she's talking about, and it wouldn't do you any harm to listen.
Oh, shut your face.
I say Nolene's smarter.
Who's the letter from?
Jeffrey.
Oh, that bloke you work with.
Oh, yeah, but I don't work with him much anymore. He's back at the uni.
Oh.
Gee, I miss not working with him. He's really nice, you know. He treats me different from anyone else. Doesn't care if I'm in here. I don't know, he just makes me feel good.
It's all right for some.
What do you mean, Doreen?
Well, you're lucky having someone waiting for you when you get out. Me, I haven't got anyone. Not even a family.
Well, it might not work, Doreen.
Who have I got when
Don't
things
get hopes
go
up
bad?
too much.
I can't even look after myself.
Oh, it's not as bad as that, love. You'll find someone, won't she, Lynn?
Yeah, I mean, you can always come and visit me.
Honest?
Not allowed.
Oh, that's great. Didn't I say it was nice having her in here?
Is she going to get Lynn back in again?
Mrs.
If she ever
Davidson,
gets
surely
out.
you're not serious about allowing 2 visitors per prisoner without individual supervision.
Vera, the barbecue is a public relations exercise. The prison will be in the limelight. An occasional relaxing of the rules might improve the image the public have of the prison system. Surely even you can see that.
And how are we supposed to stop the visitors from smuggling in all sorts of things, which you know
I'm on
damn well will
Venus' side
happen if
here.
they're allowed to roam around unchecked?
Because tight security will be enforced when they arrive and when they leave, and they will be restricted to the garden area only.
Well, don't say that
way there
often.
shall be no problems.
Well, I wish I had your confidence, Mrs. Davidson.
So do I, Vera. So do I.
And I suppose the women will be allowed to roam around in their civvies, making it doubly difficult for us?
Obviously, you don't think they should.
No.
Well, it may surprise you to know, Vera, I agree with you. I would like to relax the rules completely. Unfortunately, too many escapes have been made that way, so the women will be wearing their uniform. Now, if that is all, I would like to see the roster you have prepared.
Yes, Mrs. Davidson.
Thought you were going to find something wrong with him then.
Come in. Don't be a sec. Hello, Meg.
There's a parcel for you, special delivery.
Thank you.
To the
Meg.
prison?
We have to talk.
What's it?
What
Drugs?
About you and me.
Described.
Nothing to talk about.
Not drugs.
Meg, be sensible. We have to work together.
You're right. So let's forget the whole thing. It's not as if we're children, is it?
Do you really mean that?
Yes.
Just brush it under the carpet, pretend it never happened.
Greg, let's be honest with each other. Nothing could come of us having an affair.
Why not?
An affair? It's not an affair.
I'm 10 years older than you for a start.
So?
We have absolutely nothing in common but our work.
Well, we'd find that out, wouldn't we? Look, Meg, you're lonely. You've admitted that. Well, my private life isn't exactly a great social whirl. So what is wrong with two lonely people getting together occasionally and if it leads to other things, well, what's the harm?
Loneliness isn't a good basis for a relationship.
He just wants to be friends with benefits.
What happened to Vera?
Look, I'm not saying it's ideal, but it's a start, isn't it?
It's a start.
Well, say yes.
I don't know.
Friends?
Say it like you mean it, Meg.
Can I come round tonight?
Pushing it. Because she caved in quick.
Well, Lynn?
Oh, I don't mind, really.
Oh, you got to have a pick, Lynn, or it's not fair.
That's right.
Nature programs, I like them.
Me too. Oh, no, I only said I liked them. I didn't say they were my pick.
Well, why don't you wait your turn before you open your gob?
Well, it's my turn now. And I want,
Want me Jason Richards?
Oh, Superman.
Him? What do you want to pick him for?
I would have thought that would be obvious.
Yeah, it's all padding anyway.
Well, a girl can dream, can't she, Lizzie?
Now, girls, can we talk about the halfway house project?
Oh, but I haven't had my turn yet.
Well, what do we want to talk about that for? It won't be for ages yet.
Yeah, and we're getting coloured telly next Sunday.
Yes, but don't you see, the more ideas we come up with, the more chance we have of being listened to.
Oh, look, are you kidding? We've got about as much chance of having a say in that project as I have of putting my hand in the governor's pocket.
Yeah, or of seeing Superman fly through the air in here.
Well, if you won't talk about that, can I have 4 volunteers for the catering, for the barbecue?
When she says that, I just imagine someone jumping off the roof.
Me too.
I hope not.
Oh, Jenny here will give you a hand, won't you, Jenny? And there's Lil. There's your full clearer.
Has Money set something up?
I don't believe it.
It's true. Dr. Miller, I expect all members of my staff to attend the barbecue. That includes you, Doctor. And I should be grateful if you will be there extremely early so that you can supervise the setting up of the chairs and the tables, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, you can laugh. What Erica means is I'm going to have to be moving everything myself.
No, all she means is she just wants you there so she doesn't have to listen to the moans and groans of the other women as they move the stuff from place to place.
Oh, Lord. I think of all those liniments I'm going to hand out to ease their aching backs. As long as they don't expect me to massage them as well.
It's very good work.
I don't think this relationship's going to last. She's got these doubts that are just stuck in there. I like how they're doing fade outs now, not just skipping to the next scene or the door. They're still doing the door, but more fade outs.
Now, you all know what to do, but remember, the slightest infringement, nip it in the bud and report immediately to me, right?
Well, it's next Sunday already.
Morning,
Oh, hi.
You're going to be getting out in the next episode.
Morning, Mrs. Davidson. I'll just get myself organised and I'll be right with you.
No, Lynn. Lynn.
This is going to be impossible. How can we hope to maintain reasonable security with so few guards?
Stop worrying, Vera.
Well, someone around here's got to. Nobody else seems to be. I've got every officer available on duty, but in all the confusion that I can see developing, it's a perfect chance for an escape attempt.
Now, simmer down.
I'm surprised at you,
down.
Meg.
Why?
Because I think that you agree with all this soft,
Have a screw on
namby-pamby
the
treatment
gates.
for a bunch of social misfits. This is a correction centre, not a playground.
You're right. But Mrs. Davidson's given it the go-ahead. We can only follow instructions.
Ferguson,
Yes, Miss Bennett?
where's Officer Williams?
She's in the kitchen supervising the others.
Higgins, tell Officer Williams to report to me at once.
Who's going to supervise the prisoners then? In the kitchen?
Do you think that's wise, Vera? Mrs. Davidson wanted the women in the kitchen to be supervised. I need Williams here. Those women aren't going anywhere.
But the yeast, mate. God, the motion blade in the 70s.
How's it all going? Oh, will you tell us?
They're so professional.
Only because you showed us how, Clara.
Oh, Lizzie, I could tell someone 1,000 times and they'd never get it right. It's all your own work.
Clara, I have to report to Miss Bennett. Now, you'll be in charge, all right?
Okay.
Now, remember what Mrs. Davidson told you.
Don't worry about a thing, darling.
Lock the pantry.
Doreen, when you finish these, would you decorate the pavlovas?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, dear.
It's here.
What?
The colour tally.
How do you know?
Maisie Higgins just told me. She said she saw it in reception. The cover had slipped off.
Oh, great!
I say, girls, we've just run out of sugar, so I'm just going to pop into the storeroom. Don't forget about the pavlovas, will you?
Oh, no, I'll do them now.
Good.
Lizzie?
What?
Well, this went well. Don't know why we need the, I would say, dramatic music. Someone's not going to be happy.
How dare you abuse the trust that Mrs. Davidson showed us?
She'd make a good script.
If anyone saw this mess, it'd ruin the whole work project. Is that what you want?
We got carried away.
That's right. Just happened. I don't want to hear any excuses. Clean it up.
Yes, Clara.
And tidy yourselves as well.
See, I told you, Lizzie. She's just like me mum. Only me dad would have belted me one as well.
That's right. But it was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Lizzie, you've been warned. She's not one to follow orders, is she?
I thought so. Trust you to disappear, Ferguson, just as the hard work begins.
Ah, fair go. We've done our share.
Get back to work. And that includes you as well, Jones.
What have you done?
The TV set's in reception. Could you arrange to have it set up in the recreation room so that it's ready for the unveiling when Mrs. DeVere arrives?
Bloody waste of time and effort.
Probably
Ferguson?
Viva's
Jones?
worst day of the week.
Come with me.
Gonna guess it's been a month since
Really beard up
George.
his sleeve this time.
What are you doing wandering around on your own?
Nothing.
Then get outside and do some work.
Why should I? I don't give a stuff about your stinking barbecue or anything else. Anyway, I'm getting out on Monday. Or didn't they tell you?
That's enough of your cheek, Burke. Either you help, or I'll have you locked away in your cell. I can't spare an officer just to watch you. So take your choice.
That telly looked very
help.
small and
I
wide.
thought you would. Now be quick about it. Well, come on, you two. I haven't got all day.
Oh, could it's CRT? That's why. I'm thinking flat screen for some reason.
I think you've all done a
79.
splendid job.
Amazing what a bit of elbow grease can do, especially if you've got nothing better to do with your time.
I think you all deserve an early lunch.
Oh, terrific.
Miss Bennett?
All right, everyone. Lunch.
Do you want lunch when there's going to be a barbecue, really? I'd forgo lunch and just pig out on the burgers.
That
sausages.
includes you too, Ferguson.
I know. I was just...
Then follow the others.
Well, I was just looking for something. Have you seen that hammer I was using?
I said inside.
Nope, someone's got a hammer, Vina. Take it seriously. No, Lee?
That Jeffrey bloke coming?
Said he might if he hasn't got too much to do.
Oh.
Oh, look, I'll let you meet him
Well,
when he
someone's
comes.
not
He'll
top
really
fail,
like
eh?
it. Yeah. Want some?
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Mrs. de Vere is not here yet. If you'd like to wait over by the refreshments, I'll let you know as soon as she arrives.
Fine, thanks.
Hey, Mum, did you see that?
Of course I did. I'm not blind. Hey, we'll pay Maisie a visit later. See what she's got.
Oh, I thought you were going to make a run for it then. She's going to smash the telly up.
Yes, Miss Bennett.
Where do you think you're off to?
Toilet, Miss Bennett.
Miss Knox, escort Burke to the ladies' room.
God, she's a terrible officer. Sack her.
Oh, Lizzie, look at that.
Hope she gets bashed for this.
Big deal.
She could lose the parole though for smashing the telly up, vandalism of prison property.
Good afternoon, Mrs. de Vere.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Davidson. Everyone?
Mr. Davidson, great. Thank you, ma'am.
Well, shall we join the others? Could I have your attention, please?
Where the hell did we get a microphone from?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Mrs. Marion de Vere, without whose generosity none of this would have been possible. She is also responsible for the Halfway House project, ceasing to be a dream and becoming a reality. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Marion de Vere.
Thank you for your very generous introduction, Mrs. Davidson. I'm only too happy to help in any way I can those less fortunate than myself.
But why a halfway house, Mrs. de Vere?
Why not? Can you think of a more worthy project? After all, there but for the grace of God, go you or I.
How can you be sure it'll succeed?
Because we'll have women in charge. Women will be running it. Women who, like myself, don't believe in failure.
Good on you, Mrs. de Vere.
A lot of people don't realize that many of
That
the
was
women here
sexist.
find it very difficult to cope with the outside world once they've been released. And they need a refuge, a kind of hiding place while they learn to readjust to the realities of their new lives. And somewhere they can be sure of finding a helpful hand and a friendly face. In short, a halfway house.
That screw had one job. One. And she failed. Well, I thought it'd go more wrong than this, but, you know, take what you can get, I suppose.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have no intention of boring all of you with yet another speech. I just want to say this. The colour television set here is a symbol, nothing more, of the help that I hope to be able to provide from time to time for the women of Wentworth. It is not an act of charity on my behalf, but a gift to them from a friend.
An act of profit.
Oh, this is monstrous. How could they? And you talk me into helping these creatures. They're nothing more than animals.
Marion, please, it's not...
Well done, Nolene. Well, she's getting out, but is she going to get out in a box? I'm going to guess the women are going to put 2 and 2 together on this and come up with Nolene. Mind you, Nolene couldn't do a 2 and 2. She'll come up with 26 or something. I don't know. I'm just pulling numbers out my ass here. Yes, it wasn't the most action-packed episode. I thought it was going to go tits up. I did think when they talked about Superman during the event, I did imagine, I didn't have a person in my head, but I did imagine someone going tumbling off the roof. But that didn't happen, thankfully. Mind you, it had made a good preview. See, I'm not that keen on Marianne. She did want to do all that for profit. She wouldn't have done that out of an act of charity. I don't know, the more money you seem to have, the less charitable you seem to be. Not everyone, mind you. There's some that are, Mr. Beast, Elon Musk, I suppose, might be as well. I don't know. But, yes. Maybe someone else will take it over. Maybe Steve will put the money up. Sign out. So this disc is only a 12. All the last ones have been 15. So I'm not expecting massive things happening during the next 3 episodes after this. And then it drops down to a PG. They're jumping all over the place with age ratings on this show. I am not too sure why Erica would have agreed to this in the first place. Well, maybe the barbecue, but not allowing more people to attend, like 2 friends each. That was ridiculous. That was quite, not sensible, really. I thought Nolene was going to attack somebody when she took the hammer. It was obvious Nolene took it. It was obvious it says for a reason. Vera normally would have been up like, oh, someone's got a hammer. We've got to find out who it is. They're going to attack somebody. We're going to punish them to the maximum intent. But she never. She was so peed off about the day that she just couldn't give a damn anymore. She just wanted it over with. She wanted to get home to her rent-free flat. I just thought as well, is Lucas going to return? Because he's left the country. The cops are going to be not looking for him in the country anymore. Well, they might have their eyes out and stuff like that, obviously, but they're not going to be looking for him in the country. Is he going to return and try to get Vera to go with him? Hypothetical, please do not answer that in the chat, in the comments. I just want to thank everyone for not spoiling this so far. I've had a lot of wonderful comments about this show. I thank each and every single one of you for commenting. But you've been brilliant, thank you. You haven't spoiled anything of the future so far, and you've literally said you don't want to spoil it. It's people like you, viewers like you, that I really, really love. Thank you ever so much. But with that, I want to ask all those who have not subscribed or followed to me so far on YouTube or Dailymotion, could you please consider doing so? It would really help me out and it'd help the channel out. If you're liking my content, that is. If you don't have to. But please, if you do like my content, thumbs it up so I know that you want to keep it coming. Now, this one will run to the end, regardless of whether or not people keep on watching. I'm hoping it will draw in more people later on down the line. Maybe my channel's not really going to take off until I'm dead. But I'm really hoping I'm not dead for a while, because I am hoping that you can watch me grow old, basically. I want to still be doing this in my 60s, 70s. I'll do this as long as I can until I'm too feeble to do so, or I'm dead, or YouTube takes my channel down. Which I do want to say, I will ask you to follow me on Twitter, because if my channel does go down again, you'll know what's going on. You'll also get some insights on what I'm up to, what shows are coming up and things like that, as well as my normal replies to other people. I did try to get The Walking Dead on here, the cut down versions like everyone else has done. I couldn't do it. They wouldn't let me do it. It got blocked worldwide. I've asked people, content creators, how they get it done. I've asked Skybound why it's not being allowed. I've asked AMC Shop why it's not being allowed. No one's got back in touch with me. I'm so small, I'm so insignificant that no one gives a damn. So, I thank each and every one of you who has subscribed and followed to me so far. Thank you ever so much, or followed to me so far, I should say. Thank you ever so much. I really do appreciate it. It's helping me out, it's helping the channel out, it's helping my mental health out, it honestly is. And to my Patreon members, you'll get exclusive shows, and I'm not going to go into which shows. I'll put them in a box here. It'll let you know what's coming up. But at the moment, it's 8 per month. I'll go up to 12 per month later this year. And also ad-free and uncensored early access to my shows. Now, as you can see, no blurring has had to happen in this episode. Gene Vernon's gone, the blurs have gone, so that's helping me out immensely as well. But yes, a lot of my other shows do have blurring or bleeps. You'll get them without it there. That's both my YouTube and Dailymotion shows. And that's all dependent on tier though. Keep an eye on the tiers if you do decide. I'm unsure what to do with Buy Me a Coffee right now because I have had a lot of, what can I say, a lot of issues with it. It's not been letting me do posts, so if that's fell behind, I do apologise. I've got in touch with them. They haven't got back in touch with me yet. So, well, they did say they're looking into it, but nothing else. But if they keep going, I'm going to have to just drop that back down to a donation/commissions page, so you can commission shows there. We'll have to wait and see, but yes, to my Patreon members, it is you that is bringing the content to me that allows me to bring the content straight back to you. Thank you all ever so much. I love you lots no matter what tier you are. So with that, I shall sign out now and move on to the next one, and I'm so sorry I've left this going on so long, and I hope to see you there. Goodbye.